We're going to be working with distributive property as well as combining like terms. The first thing that we'll notice here is we no longer have just a two-step equation because we've got some numbers inside of parentheses. So today we're going to be distributing this 3 to everything inside of our parentheses. So when we rewrite it, we end up with 3 times x is 3x minus 3 times 4 is 12 equals 9. Now that's 3 is only distributed to whatever is in the side of the parentheses because we're taking 3 times the parenthesis. Now we'll go ahead and work just like we did in the first part of the lesson by using inverse operations to isolate x. So right now we'll start with the adding and subtracting because we have to work orders of operation backwards. So it was minus 12, we're going to add 12 for the inverse, so plus 12. We now have 3x equals 9 plus 12 is 21. And then it's 3 times x, so we're going to divide to get rid of the 3 so that we have just x by itself. Divide by 3. We find out that x equals 7. And if we want to check ourselves, we could substitute 7 in the original equation. 7 minus 4 is 3. 3 times 3 would give us 9, so that is a correct statement. Okay, so whenever we see those parentheses, yes, we are going to have to go ahead and do the distributive property before we can actually go through and work any of the opposites. So let's try another one. Here we have a negative number on the outside. So the key thing to remember is that when you have a negative number as your outside number, that you're taking that as you distribute. So we would think like this, negative 2 times 2, well, that would give us negative 4 with our x behind it. Negative 2 times 3 would give us negative 6. So this plus is now going to become a minus 6 or a negative 6 equals 10. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and work our opposites. So we're going to do orders of operation backwards. So it was minus 6, so we'll say plus 6. Plus 6. We have negative 4x equals 10 plus 6 is 16. So now we'll divide by negative 4 because we want it to just be x, so we have to take that negative with it. Divide by negative 4. X equals 16 divided by 4 is 4. There's one negative, so it's actually negative 4. Okay, so why don't you go ahead, pause your video, and try this one out. You should have gotten x equals 6 for that one. Okay, so we're really just adding one minor step, that if we have that distributive property in there, we have to go ahead and distribute that out first, and then solve like we did in the first part of the lesson.